one thing that maybe I shouldn't ask, but I ask, with this technology, they can add arms and legs and things like this.
Yeah.
Does that ever cross your mind?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, back in 1988, 89, we actually went to Canada, Toronto for some cutting edge technology. They fit me with arms, robotic arms that I could push and activate with some buttons just above my shoulders, but they were quite restrictive with my mobility, very heavy. I was only a little guy. Now, has technology moved forward? Absolutely. I don't feel like I will ever have robotic arms and legs. I might be wrong one day. Would I be open to it? Maybe not. I'm not sure. I used to be confident and say, I will never have robotic. But seeing how technology goes, why not? So I will never say never.
Yes.
Am I looking for it? No. I actually have some back pain constantly. And even
Why is
when
that?
just muscular, just the tension. So imagine the intensity of holding my whole torso up with no legs, all on my spine. So it's all in my back.
Actually, because our legs take all the pressure, knees.
Yeah, so I have none of that. And then I'm basically sitting on bones. And then my back has a curvature as well. And so with that, you just get therapy whenever you can.
Do you have painkillers? You take painkillers?
I don't take painkillers. I'm trying to go as long as I can.
Way.
Yeah. And I have deep tissue massage therapy once a week when I'm home. But yeah, look, I even sometimes just put a heavy sweater on and I get back pain.
Yeah.
So I think there's some restrictions there as well for my back.
Mm-hmm. Well, one more question.
Yeah, no problem.
Now you've met Richard Branson.
Yes.
Who else do you want to meet?
Oh man. Gee, you've really. No one's asked me that.
Maybe we can fix it. Maybe we can fix it.
Yeah, I bet you can. Dariush, you know everyone.
It's only three phone calls away. It's only 3 phone calls away, right? So.
No, you know what? I really want to. I'd have to say, many people I've already met, but there are some people that I've met that I really want to have a coffee with. One of them is Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
I've met her. I've been on her show, and I feel there's more.
Did she not connect with you after the show?
Unfortunately not, and that's not up to her. It's a
system.
It was a system under the Oprah Winfrey Network system at the time, and none of them are there anymore. So it was a rigid day, if you will. But I've actually admired Oprah since a teenage young boy, because she was the first person that was, to me, worldwide, woman who had a talent to connect with people and then emanate that connection to the world.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow.
And a massive commercial success with it as well. Yes.
Huge. But the way that she did it back then, in her golden years back then, for me, it was just like, as a teenager, like, wow, one day I'm going to go on her show. One day I want to have a coffee with her.
She made you a peer group.
Yeah, she doesn't live far from me. I know she doesn't live far from me, back in California. So at the right time,
we could make that happen. We'll make it happen.
It'll happen.
Second and third? You said there are 3 people.
Okay, 3 people. Okay, who do I want to meet?
No, you said there was...
I want to meet President Putin.
Okay.
I want to meet President Putin. I want to look him in the eye. And I want to spend some time with him. And Russia's welcomed me quite a number of times.
Yes.
And we try to emanate positive impact in the next generation.
Yes.
So I think I want to meet President Putin. Who else do I want to meet? You know, I would have to say I'd like to speak in front of the European Union. If I could switch the question that way,
sure.
That would be an event that would be dear to my heart and quite a powerful.
In regards to children and education?
In regards to children and education, European Union has said that the biggest problem they have in Europe is domestic violence. In Washington, D.C., they found out that there are even 9-year-old children committing suicide as young as 7, 8, 9, addicted to pornography. There's that disconnect of human spirit and human connection. And now isolation is coming in like never before, and comparison like never before, and cyberbullying like never before, and the list goes on. How do we as a world set ourselves properly founded on values now moving forward. I have no problem if some minority group wants to say we need equal rights. No problem. That's one thing. But to put continually one of those minority groups in the spotlight, it's the reverse of, So we got to be equal. We have to remember that there are 2 billion people going hungry today. Where is their equality? Well, we can just sit back and say, wow.
We have it good.
We have it good, and then it's just the corruption. We gave billions of dollars to Africa, and that's it, and fold our arms and say that's it. No, look at people like Sir Richard Branson. He buys hundreds of acres in Africa, comes in on a 747 with 500 doctors, and they each got a motorbike, full on with a mobile medical kit, and those 500 people, without government corruption or red tape, goes into the villages and gives them simple things that can save their life. And then they're there for 2 weeks, and then another 747 comes in. To me, it's the innovative people like Sir Richard Branson, Elon Musk. We got to figure it out. We're figuring out, how can we live, Mars 2035. Look at NASA, look at the government spending on many, many things. Yet we forget that even in America, you have 500,000 children who don't have a home. Their foster kids are in
There's
group
500,000
homes.
homeless people.
Oh, yeah. California,
Yes.
at one stage, the 6th richest economy in the world as a state. And now the biggest problem is homelessness in California. It's just unbelievable. So I feel, Dariush, we need to go back to the basics. I feel that we need to emanate the values and even inspire the teachers. I think the teachers are also discouraged. And so I've been encouraged to see the UAE trying to bring in social emotional learning practices and piloting curriculums. And so I'm thankful for Dubai's continual welcome here. And it's just so touching to come in for such a time as this for the world. I'm not for one religion or another, of a preference of who I love more. I love everyone. If anyone wants to know about my faith, I can tell you that. But I'm not here for any agenda, but for the young people of the world.
Yeah.
To make sure that the people who have no food get food, medicine. We've given only $1.3 million away to the poor and needy so far. We haven't even begun. With what I can see in the future, if I may just say,
Please.
The biggest 2 dreams ahead is me having my own TV show, and then in about 10 years' time, starting this really interesting to me, never seen before, never done before, according to my knowledge. Many suffering countries, they have people leaving their own country because of a lack of opportunity, but then they never really sew back into the country they left.
Yes.
Now, what if the 500,000 people who leaves the country actually gives $1 a day back? $500,000 can go a long way if there's no corruption. And just to emanate that all across the world, I could actually see 400 million people engaged in this. I'm talking about a Bono, U2, Sir Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey.
On a weekly or monthly basis.
On a weekly, monthly, on a daily basis at
Yes.
$1. We need a movement of compassion again, I believe. I feel like we need a movement of generosity again. We are so selfish, and I can't point a finger as to which variable changed everything, but it's just values.
Yeah, but the movement's starting, right? You see it happening.
I feel
22 countries all over the world, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I've now been to 73 countries, 21 presidents and prime ministers, vice presidents. I've been able to address 11 national governments. I've been on TV to 1 billion people in China and 1 billion people outside of China. And I'm thankful I'm only 36, and I feel like we've just begun.
Incredible. I love you from my bottom of my heart.
I love you, man.
I was honored that you called me today. Yeah, the staff got all excited.
I love you.
Let's do this on a regular basis.
Please.
This is your second home. My home
Thank
is your
you.
home.
Thank you.
Thank
Now you
for
can
making
tell
it.
them we're friends, because we are friends. People that they meet me for 2 minutes and they say, "Oh yeah, Nick's my friend." I'm like, no. Dariush and I, we
I
are
hugged you
friends.
5 times in 48 hours, I think. I am your friend. And look, Aaron's gone. Yeah.
our team,
You're suffering from jet lag.
We're
right?
all jet lagged, but you push and you eat when you can, sleep when you can, and keep pushing.
Amazing. You flying tonight, direct home?
Not flying tonight home. I'm flying via Thailand, actually, to Australia.
Oh, so you're going east?
Just connecting flights. And Australia actually is a week off.
Family are waiting for you.
Yeah,
It's
reunion,
amazing.
big reunion for us there, because 55 years since my mum's family moved out of Yugoslavia to Australia, so we're all trying to get together. And then lastly, after that, I'll go to China for 2 days work, and then I'll go home.
Wow, so you get home in 2 weeks. And your wife and kids are going to be in Australia or no?
You know what? It's very unfortunate. My wife and 3 children cannot come, but I'm bringing my eldest son. It's a little bit difficult at this time. But soon enough, I think next year we'll go down there for a month or 2. And she's Japanese Mexican, we call that Japsican. So we look forward to taking them all around the world to show them what poverty is and how we all can make a positive impact.
Unbelievable. Nick, thank you so much.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you. If anybody wants to connect with you or contribute towards Foundation, how do they do that?
Really, we don't have a proper, if you will, foundation call for maybe this audience of yours, but I mean, my nonprofit organization is more faith-based. It's Life Without Limbs, but please go to attitudesaltitude.com, which is our for-profit company. We have resources there, we have books there, and even an online program. I was so thankful to be speaking in front of 12,000 people here in Dubai last time I was here.
Yes.
And when I come off stage, everyone says the same thing. We want more, we want more. And I'm like, well, I don't know when I can come back for more, but here is an online course that you can go through. It's called Rise Above. So go to attitudesaltitude.com and find out where you can download that link. It's 3.5 hours with me.
Wow.
It's like our own little masterclass. And I actually think it's excellent. I really do believe in everything we do, and I love that product. If you want to know more about me and how I've overcome and how I got the spirit of tenacity in me, please go check that out. Download Rise Above.
Amazing. Nick, thank you so much. I wish you a safe flight to Australia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.